And no matter if you're in your jammies or whatever, if you can show your face, it's always more fun so we can see you. Okay, we're recording. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on. Thank you, Lauren. I see you. Hi. For jumping on tonight. I know your time is valuable, but making time for these calls is just such a wonderful part of the activity that you're scheduling in for your week. So that we can all get on the same page, and so you know that you are not doing this alone. I remember just feeling when I was first getting started, my entire upline I had never met before, and they all lived in Arkansas. Even my sponsor did not live anywhere near me, and I did not know anyone. And so team calls, I would actually have to call in back in the day before Zoom calls were a thing, and listening to other people's stories and their voices and just feeling connected to that community made a huge difference for me because I really was just all by myself. So I'm so thankful that you're here, because just beginning to do that is just so good for your heart and for your just mind of understanding who you're working with and what common goals we're working towards. So I'm so thankful that you've chosen to jump on tonight, and definitely want to just go ahead and kind of get into some of the meat of what I wanted to talk to you about. And then we're going to hear from some of you guys and work together in just a second. So it is August, and it's not only August, it's almost the end of August. Show of hands, how many of you looked at the calendar today and thought, holy crap, it's the 4th week of August? I will be honest with you, when I was posting week 4 of bingo, I almost had a heart attack and was like, wait, what? Where did August even go? This month has been a doozy for so many of us just in our personal lives, and as school has been starting. We started homeschooling again, and church is just nuts. I mean, everything's kind of going cuckoo, but it's still August and we still have 7 days left. So let's not write it off yet. But I do want us to kind of practice that thing that we usually do, which is just kind of breathe, let go of the last 3 weeks, whether they were awesome or whether they were indifferent or whether they were super chaotic and crazy. Let's just let go of what happened, what didn't happen, what you feel like should have happened, right? Carrying guilt and shame does not help you to move forward. So the should haves and the could haves, leave that in the past. Let's breathe, open our eyes to where we are today, and move forward from today, because we have a whole week of August left. And we're going to talk at the end of the call about some things that we can kind of do as a checklist to just make sure we are getting our basics done before the end of the month and our goals met. But we have new normal. So for many of us, this month or maybe next month, you're going to be starting school. I don't know. I know last week we showed by a showing of hands, how many of you, your schedules are changing either due to having children or other people having children. School is restarting. Different things are happening with people's schedule. So there's kind of this new normal and a new routine that we're going to have to build, each one of us ourselves, of okay, so what does my time look like now? So if your scheduling has changed, that's definitely something to take into consideration. It's okay if this month didn't look like June or July, because it's not summer anymore and it's not going to look the same. It's August, right? Every month is going to look a little bit different, and that's okay. That happens in a traditional business as well. And remember what we talked about last time we spoke. This is a real business, so let's not expect it to work like robotic every month the same. Every business, whether traditional or social, is going to have differences within their seasons and their months. So we are also learning, for those of you, show of hands, who are doing the Brooke Hemingway, Emily Gibson momentum movement this month. I've got some catching up to do, so it's okay if you do too, but so many wonderful nuggets of wisdom that are in there that I'm just been ruminating on and cannot wait to continue to finish that training. And we're all going to be bringing that stuff into our business, into our team as well. But one of the biggest things that I caught from her this past week was she said, momentum is really more about learning to rest in momentum rather than having to rest from momentum. Now, how many of you guys had a crazy May, June, July and felt like you just needed a break and a rest in August? And that has happened, right? Well, this quote that she said really made me think, because we don't want to just train each other to exhaust ourselves and kind of for lack of a better word, go balls to the wall, and then have to like completely disappear back off, right? The thing we want to really try to do and focus on is show up with consistency so that we're traveling down that highway 55, 60, 70 an hour, rather than going 0 to 100 and then having to stop and take a pit stop, right? So I loved that she said that. And I hope each of you, I've been trying to share our Instagram, our team Instagram. Jesse or Jody, can y'all help me by taking screenshots of the participants so I don't miss anyone on the drawing for tonight? I'm trying to like follow all of these amazing accounts on our Awaken Life community Instagram page, and I'll share that later tonight if you haven't followed us there yet. You know, we're sharing a lot of our own stuff in our Facebook pages, but there are so many great quotes and inspiring things that I want you to see if you're clicking through your Insta stories, right? I want you to see this stuff, and so I would love for you to be following that. Because literally every morning I take 5 minutes and I go through all of the cool accounts that I'm following, and I just am trying to share things that I feel like are pertinent to our team. But I found 2 things today that I threw up on there that I was just really kind of moved by. And again, talking about that consistency. Speed exhausts, but consistency compounds. So if you feel like you're operating at a pace where you cannot maintain and be consistent, you're going to exhaust yourself, and that's where burnout happens, and that's where it's just like, I can't do this, and then things kind of fall through the cracks, right? Versus a consistent activity is going to compound, and that's where real growth and you feel like you've got a handle on things can really happen. And that was by Kristen Voss. She is a life coach that a lot of our Plexus friends use. And then the second one that I saw was said, and I really loved this one, even if you feel like you can't keep up, continue to show up. That is how you start getting ahead. And you guys, if there's nothing else you take from this call tonight, please remember that. And if you want to check through the Insta stories, Awaken Life Community, I will share it later. That's where it was. And you can screenshot it and you can make it your background, because y'all, there are times over this last 2 weeks, I could not keep up. Okay. Like, I've been doing this business for 5 years. I've been a mom for 6 years, homeschooling technically for 2 years. And like the last 2 weeks have been cray. And so even when you feel like you can't keep up, continue to show up. You're here, you're showing up, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. You have sent one message. If you have posted on Facebook, like, do that. Keep showing up. Don't disappear on your people. Don't disappear for the people watching you on Facebook land and on Instagram land, right? Don't disappear on your personal growth and on being a part of what's going on. Those areas are so important for your continued growth and momentum. And so even when you feel like you can't keep up, continue to show up. And that is how you will start getting ahead, because let me tell you, it's normal. What's normal is for people to try really hard for a month and then disappear. What's normal is for that burnout to happen, or for even just like, you know what, I was able to sign 3 people for 3 months in a row, or I signed 6 people and then 3 people, and now I just can't get anybody to answer my calls. And so you stop showing up. And guess what happens every time we stop showing up? You restart the clock with every person who was watching you, with every conversation you had going, with everyone that was on their products that you were checking on. So when you stop showing up, all of those reset. And so you're starting from ground zero. And it's really hard to build momentum and to go where you want to go if you're continuing to stop and start. So if you feel like you can't keep up, that's okay. You're not alone in that. This season is weirdo, right? And there are going to be like crazy seasons of life. There are going to be crazy seasons of momentum in your business. You're going to feel like your head's like swimming above water. Center yourself. You're worth it. Talk to your upline. Like, how can I what do I need to be showing up in? Like, what's my bare minimum on days where I just know that I need to do things before my head hits the pillow? Like, what are those things? Tell me those things, right? And keep showing up. So those 2 things today, I was like, man, so good. And so hopefully you'll be following along, and I'm going to keep trying to find some really great people for us to be following and seeing that kind of stuff. Because we just need those reminders throughout the day. I know I do. You know, I get caught up in that kind of weird mindset. So really quick, we're going to play a game so that you don't just have to listen to me talk the whole time. And I really love when we can share things, because a lot of us are going through the same stuff, but then also we're learning the same things, and it can really help each other when we voice those out loud. So the name of the game is high, low, stop, go. So for everybody, I either want you to write down on a piece of paper or into the chat or both. And then I would love to hear from a few of you. So the high, the low, the stop, and the go. The high is a win from this month. Maybe you've already had some awesome things happening in August. If you haven't had amazing things happening, find a win. What is one small victory, right? We do that with our product taker. So what's a small win from this month, or a big win? What's a high? What's a low? We're not talking about failure. We're talking about, what did you learn that was like, you know what? Not going to do that again. Or, oh, cool, made that mistake. Now I know for the future to say this next time. So what is something that you learned, that low? What is something you learned that you can change? Stop. What is a bad habit that you have repicked up, that you have not let go of, or something that you've been doing recently, telling yourself mindset wise or whatever, something that you're going to stop doing moving forward from this night and into our last week of August to make it awesome. And what are you going to do? Go. What is a new thing that you are going to do over the next 7 days and into September that is going to change something to help you move the needle forward in your business and in overall in your life? So high, low, stop, go. A win, something you're learning, something you're stopping, and something you're starting. And I'm going to open up the chat. And if anybody wants to just pop on, if they already have those things in their mind, I would love to hear from 3 people tonight.
I'll go. So a high already for this week is I literally just sat down and scheduled all the Healthier, Happier event posts that I'm hosting for my brother-in-law, Susan and Branham, because they're going to do their Healthier, Happier event on Thursday this week.
Awesome.
Some growth for them. Low. I'm coming off a really, really low June and July. Some of you all know. I know, Sally, you guys know, but just a lot of family drama has derailed my amount of time that I was putting in, April, May, that I was seeing a lot of results. And so my low is like, I'm learning to like get back into that gear that I was doing so well in, March, April, and May. Stop is I've got to stop finding excuses on not doing the little things.
Yeah.
So not posting every day. That's been the dumbest thing that I'm like, I'm too busy. I'm too busy for 2 minutes to post a stupid quote, And then I guess my go is just trying to be more intentional about talking to people and, folks that are asking the right questions or saying the right things for me to engage into a conversation with intention. So I think that's like my 4 things.
So good. Thank you so much, Jonathan. That was awesome. Everyone, this is how the deaf communities clap. So if you're muted. Yay. Okay, who's next? Hello, stop, go.
I'll share.
Okay.
No promises that it will be quiet over here because I have 2 kiddos. But so my high is that one of my very top dream teamers just signed up this month to use the products and is actually open to the business as well. And so that was super exciting. My low has just been so
Danielle, I think we lost you. Anybody, can y'all hear Danielle? Nope. Okay, while she's coming back on, I'm gonna mute her back. Will somebody else go real quick and then we'll let her finish up if she pops back on. Come on, I know you want to do it. Anybody? Don't make me call on you. Come on, man. All right, Jess Wilmot. Where are you, friend? I see your beautiful face. Are you able to hop on and share with us?
Yes, can you hear me?
I
I knew you were going to call on me. Okay, so a high for me this month, honestly, is just that I've signed one ambassador so far.
Everyone counts.
Yes. A low for me has just been I did not post a lot last week. I just got super busy and let that be my excuse and was just in a bad headspace. So that was kind of my low. And then my stop that I'm going to start doing is I've just been getting in my head a lot. And when people quit or, shut off their subscription and stuff, like I just start and like feeling down and like, what's the point of like signing more people and all this? And I need to stop doing that and just keep going and loving people through that. And not letting that like stop me.
Absolutely.
And then what's the last thing? I'm sorry.
Go. What's something new you're going to do over the next 7 days to move forward?
Oh, yes. So posting every day and then just doing my IPA, like doing the basic things that I need to do and knowing that that's good.
That's right. Good job. Danielle, did your computer come back? Okay, we lost you on your low. If you want to pop back on and share with us the rest of your stuff.
Sorry, I was chewing. Hold on, love. So you did or did not hear my low?
We got like half of your low, so if you want to just share that quickly.
Okay. So my low was dealing with like major mindset struggles. And just like, working to capture thoughts with those and not let those run away. My stop is to stop scrolling Facebook aimlessly and getting on all the time. I really, really loved something that was shared in the Momentum movement about like scheduling like 15-minute increments a couple times a day and only checking notifications then. And so I'm trying to incorporate that. And then my go is that I am going to start thinking and showing up as Danielle as an emerald and not as Danielle as a gold.
So good. I love that, y'all. All of these, how many of you could relate to what somebody shared in those 3 things, right? First of all, let's just speak to real quickly. Mindset is something we all have to protect. At a Diamond, that does not change. I still struggle with every single thing that you guys are talking about tonight because I'm still the same person. My business is larger, but this doesn't change unless I actively work to change it every single moment and renew my mind, right? That's why scripture says it. It doesn't just happen once and for all. It's an every moment type of a thing, okay? So if you're not getting up and getting in the word, if you don't have something that you can cling to, like a scripture of the day or a devotion or a prayer book or anything like that, ask your upline, talk to a friend at church and see what's working for them that you can do. Definitely be listening at some point during the week to some podcasts, or if you are going to scroll, follow some stinking positive accounts and don't just follow people that you're comparing yourself to. And honestly, if you're doing that, unfollow those people for a little while and love them in their awesomeness, and then you work on you and move forward yourself, right? Do what you have to do to protect that mindset. And then how many of you heard posting? You guys, I will just amen to that, because when you don't feel like you're like doing awesome or like something's happening, that's one of the things that goes first. You don't want to show up in front of people, whether it's a post about you or not. You just feel like, oh, I just don't have anything to offer. I don't know what to say. Get past that. Go look at someone else's post and copy and paste something and get something up. Do not allow yourself to disappear, because it will shoot your business in the foot. And I'm speaking completely from experience. I will tell you that I have worked really hard on certain areas of our business over the last 1.5 to 2 years. And my personal business, I have not been showing up as much and posting every day in a way that's going to actually have people want to sign up with me versus just adding regular value. And it makes a big difference. I'm having trouble recruiting because I'm not showing up in that area. You guys, that is your billboard. That is your exposure. That is what makes people see you and say, okay, she has something that I actually do need. And over time, that repetition of them seeing that is what tears down our walls. We all know, because we were those people when we signed up, right? So good, you guys. So good. All right. I do want to cover a few things if you want to just have some notes handy on things to work on over these last 7 days. Reset yourself. As of tonight, before you go to bed, set your intentions for what your day is going to look like tomorrow, what the rest of your week is going to look like. Look at your schedule. If you did not do that on Sunday like we try to do, then look at that tonight. From tonight forward, you're a different person than you were the last 3 weeks, right? We are here now, and we're choosing to move forward in grace. So what is your point or rank goal before the end of the month finishes? Give it a number, you guys. How many orders do you need over the next 7 days to reach that point goal? It's okay if you've had attrition, and let me speak to that super fast. When you have crazy months of recruiting, whether it's just been this season where it's just been like explosive and nutso, like for all of us or for most of us, or it's been like you've been a high recruiter forever, when you recruit in higher numbers, your attrition percentage goes up. It's okay. You are not a failure. There is nothing wrong with you. Just like Jess said, you love people where they're at, and you keep moving forward. You keep loving them and checking on them, and maybe they weren't as ready to sign up as we thought that they were, but they were quick to jump in, okay? This totally, what are you doing, Firefox? Get out of here. This happens with posting things like that I need 6 friends to lose weight, show me how many pounds you lose, and tell me what you think. Just think for a second. That's awesome. It helped us recruit. It helped us rank, like not knocking it. But do you think that that's a long-term customer that's jumping on that deal? Or do you think that might be someone who's going to hop on and look at the scale for 2 weeks and hop off? The conversations are different for those types of posts and things like that. So it's okay. If you have seen a lot of growth because of maybe some of those posts or because of the specials and deals, just know when people are really quick to jump on to stuff like that, they're usually kind of quick to jump off, and it may or may not even be something that you've done or that the products did or didn't do. People love to jump on and try something, and there are people that jump on and try a lot of different things and never stick with something. So it's okay. We're in it for the long haul, and guess what? When they don't find the next best thing, guess who they will probably come back to because they've seen you posting consistently? People are 7 times more likely to try something again than they are to try something for the first time. So those are just people that you get to keep connecting with and keep loving on, and in a better season of life, or when they're really ready to commit, you're there. You're that rock that they get to come back to, okay? So point and rank goal. How many points do you need to get to a rank to make sure that you re-rank to a rank that you've already ranked to, or to your next rank, or just a point goal of growth or maintenance for yourself? Have that. How many orders do you need to run before the end of the month? We still have a lot of subscriptions to go out, but after those 100 PV subscription goes out, maybe there's a little buffer you guys need to work on. 99 welcome packs count for points. So how many new people, how many people are you going to help get up over 100 PV or help get their order on that maybe didn't have a subscription set, right? So think about those things. Look at your back office. Look at how many people are there, how many are ordering, and how many you can help order this month so that you can reach that point or rank goal. If you have If you have not hit your ALA yet, which is your active leader achiever for adding 3 people after you've gone silver, or if you have not gone silver yet, of course, that's going to be your goal in the next 7 days to make sure that happens. A good consistent growth is trying to add at least 3 wholesale ambassadors every month. If you can add 3 ambassadors and 3 customers, even better. That's awesome. But don't forget, this month you get an extra $100 for adding every 3 people that you add. So of course, make sure you get 3 people this month. You're going to get an extra $100 plus $20 to $25 for each of those welcome packs. Don't miss out on that. And if you have already added 3, or you're still going for your sweatshirt, you have to add 6 wholesalers with welcome packs, and make sure you have ordered the triplex yourself, and you will get one of these super cute gut feeling sweatshirts, okay? Not a lot of people have won these, so this is like a super fun thing to go for. They're cozy, they're comfy, but it's also this like badge of honor that you've earned it, okay? I still have plenty more to go to earn mine, and I'll give one of them away if I can earn mine too, okay? So go for it. Don't think that just because there's 7 days left that you can't earn it. You absolutely can. It's all about what are you willing to do in these next 7 days? How many people are you willing to talk to, right? Speaking of that, don't just count on the people that you've already been talking to. Yes, follow up. Of course, I have a whole list in my phone under notes that is just names with little bubbles next to them because it's my follow-up list, and I just keep them there, and those are who I message when I'm following up with people. But if I never add to that list, who's to say that any of these people will ever jump off my follow-up list? Or they might jump off in 6 months or in a year. They're in my funnel, but what if they're not ready to drop out the bottom yet? So what does that mean? Over the next 7 days, I got to be adding more people into the top of my funnel. And guess what? Some of those might be really ready to pop out the bottom fast. So don't just count on the people you're already in conversation with. Start new conversations and start them tomorrow so that you have 7 days to chat with them and get them started, right? We've got amazing stuff going on this month. And just like the rest of the last couple of months, so many things to do. Some people to check in with if you've not been checking in on people. People that started in the last 30 days, check on them. How's their dosage? Have they been seeing any detox? What are their small wins and celebrations that you can help them make a post about or do a shout out post? What about people in the last 60 days that have joined you? Maybe they were super excited in the beginning, but did not have a second order run through, or they did, but maybe they've fallen off the wagon or haven't been plugged in. Check on them, make sure they know that you're still there and you can help them. And same goes for the people that have joined you in the last 90 days, especially if you had heavy recruiting earlier in the summer. Make sure and touch base with some of those people. If they've fallen off the wagon, you can help them get back on. If they have products still at their house, then help them restart. Help them with a dosage plan and be their accountability partner. If they're loving it, help them share about some of the amazing things that they're seeing, or think about who they know that might want to do this with them. And then just the last thing before we hop off, I know you guys have some other calls to get on. Check your PV markers. You personally, you want to be at 250 PV, right? To get the most out of that 15% kind of bracket, or jump and try and hit 750 PV. Don't just go for 500 because you're going to get more money if you get your 25% on all of that. So customers or your family orders or whatever, 750 or 250. That's what I'm always looking at with my PV, trying to be 750 or above. And if you're not quite there, if you're new, still gaining customership, shoot for 250. Don't just shoot for your 100 because you're missing out on those ways that we get paid. And then for your team, for your people, if their subscriptions haven't gone out yet, 130 PV gets them free shipping. 150 PV in their subscription is free shipping plus free hemp oil, which is $100 value. Plus, obviously, Plexus perks, right? Everyone wants Plexus perks. So if they can get up to 200 PV, they're going to get even more perks and all of those things, plus cash back on everything over $100. We have so many benefits to being a wholesale ambassador. Even if they're not sharing, they can still be earning money off of their PV and getting free product from their perks. So let's make sure our people know that and help them to reach those benchmarks. Yes, qualify for 100 PV, bare minimum, but let's help them understand, look, but if you are getting 130 to 150, you're getting these perks, and at 200, your Plexus perks actually increase, and you're getting all that stuff, okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to try and screenshot some of these high lows, but I will also share our team Instagram in the thread and the recording when this is posted. But thank y'all for hopping on tonight, and I will definitely make sure that I've got the drawings done before I go to bed tonight for all of the prizes. Love you guys, and have a wonderful evening.